So after a little warm-up, now we're doing the muscle activation exercise. Right now he's doing the knee drop. So the key on this position is to keep neutral spine from the side, knee slightly bent. So following the same rules than before, keep a neutral spine, knee slightly bent, so don't lock the knees. What you're gonna do is forward walk with tiny steps. Yeah. Focus on preserve your core. If you wanna give you more sensation on your core, you can put your fingers on your core like this. Yep. And now step back. Tiny steps. Careful with the heels twisting inward. Did a forward lunge. Now remember, ribcage tight. Raise the arms slowly. Yeah, you're gonna keep your back neutral. Once you reach that, okay, very good. After that shoulder flexion, she's gonna go into a side lean. Yeah, without losing your balance, slowly. We're going into the single leg Romanian deadlift. Focus on keeping the hip forward while you're going down. Keep your back into extension. Good. Rotate your right hip more towards your left. Good. And now start opening your arms out. If you can lean forward more, if you have the flexibility, keep going. Slow. Good. Now stay there. The lunge with rotation. Good. So slow down. There we go. Rotate your shoulders to your right more. I feel like it's too much. Less twist on the torso. Yeah. Patterns. Here it is, the marching in place. Remember, it's contralateral. Okay, and don't lean forward, nice and tall. Tuck the head. Yeah, and synchronize. You don't have to rush. Good. Watch out with raising the knee and leaning forward. So engage your back. Good. And now move forward. Synchronize, left arm, yeah. Contralateral. And now back. Tuck your head a little bit, nice and tall. Just always think about your spine, like if somebody's pulling your spine from the top. And sideways. So move forward a little bit, yeah. Now go. Nice and tall. 9. Now we're gonna start marching. And into a skip. Yeah. Yeah. Think about your core, nice and tall. Now forward. Good. Now back. Good. Now to your right. Just think about nice and tall. Now left. Oh man, it's getting a stroke. And rest. To reviewing with the client the table position, I wanted to give me a cow. Now give me a extend the elbows. Yeah, now give me a cat. Good. Now give me a neutral spine. Good. A little higher, contract your abdomen a little more. So flat your back a little bit. Good. Now we're going to proceed to do the bear. So what I want you to do is get your feet in position. A little, yeah. Dorsiflex your ankle. There we go. Yep. Now you're going to raise the knees a little bit off the floor. Yeah, and I want you in that position to again, re-engage your abdomen because you're arching your back. Good. Now move your knees forward a little bit, so move your feet forward as well. Good. Now stay there. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna start touching your shoulders one at a time, and it's gonna be contralateral. That means left touch the right, and you're gonna try to minimize the movement on the hips. Good. Now hold. Now you're gonna kick back with one leg at a time, like doing a hip extension. Good. One. Now the other one, slow and control. Think about your core. You're gonna keep neutral spine while you're performing the movement. You are gonna avoid the hip to shift. And rest. Now we're gonna do a brief explanation of the crab position. So, yep, she already started with the hands twisted back, so open the chest. Externally rotate the shoulders. Good. Now look slightly up. Good. Now what I want you to do is bend the knees a little more. The other way, bend. Thank you. And now you're gonna raise your hip slightly off the floor. Good. And now by holding that position, you're gonna start raising one foot at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now hold. Now I want you to raise your hip up a little more. More. And here we can test if they have tight hip flexor or if their shoulders are tight so they cannot raise their hip off the floor. Now I want you to move forward a little bit. Lower the hip though, lower the hip. Yeah, now move forward a little bit. Yeah. And we're gonna teach them that, yep, she's still doing a contralaterally, so that's good. Now go back. And rest. Good, now we're gonna review the ape movement. Now we're gonna start first moving laterally. So I want you to move your right hand right in front of your left foot. Good, now you're gonna push your weight and move yourself to the side. And again. Good, now we're gonna go to the right. Yep, remember to keep your hip low, your knees out. Yep, and one more. Good, now we're going to move forward. So I want you to put your hands right in front of your body. Good, you're gonna put all your body weight on your hands and you're gonna pull yourself forward. 1, and do it again. Good, now we'll keep putting body weight on the hands. I'm gonna push ourselves back. Good. Great movement to increase hip mobility.